Good day, folks. Hope everybody's doing all right today. I've got a little video for you today from Rago Monkey. He's an auditor from down in Florida, and he's quite a criminal. Anyway, he goes to the police station, has to deal with corrupt cops because they won't let him file his complaint, which is total nonsense. So we're going to check out the video. I haven't covered this guy for over a year. He's pretty boring on a routine day. I don't know what this is like. I haven't watched the whole video yet. But corrupt cops are involved, so we got to check it out. Make sure the cops stay straight. Anyway, here we go.
Hello. Rafael? Rafael? How you doing? Good, good. All right. What's up, man? What happened?
I need to file a complaint on the officers for the stuff they did to me. I feel was inappropriate.
Okay. What did they do?
I'd rather talk that with the PCB.
So you don't want to talk to us? Because
I
if
just
you want
wanna
to file the complaint here, you have to tell us what happened.
Yeah.
If you don't want to talk to us, then you have to go straight over there. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
What are we working on here? What type of complaint am I
What I feel is
working?
that you guys are on their side, so I already feel.
So then you don't want to talk to us, is what you're telling me.
Is it going to go against me if I do tell you guys my side of the story?
If you have a complaint, you have a complaint. We
I
can
do.
work with it.
I do.
Let's go.
Okay, there's several complaints.
Okay.
Okay, the arrest affidavit, this is gonna get, the arrest affidavit is totally wrong. It's false.
Okay.
And I don't wanna diss you guys, it's false.
Okay.
I don't think you can write a complaint for that. I think that's something you go to court and say, that is incorrect, Your Honor. And the judge will decide whether it's right or wrong. So if he made a mistake on a report, then so be it. The judge will decide. Not a complaint to the police department. They have no idea they weren't there.
3 guys wrote that arrest affidavit. On the affidavit, only one officer's name is on that.
Correct.
One.
That's all we do. That's all we do.
That's how it works. Okay.
Only one officer's on the arrest. I dealt with 4 officers.
Yes.
I need to get the subpoenas for the body cams.
Yep.
This guy, he's super tight in the handcuffs. They left me in that car sweating. I asked for water. These people denied me water
Okay, let me see your hands. Let me see your wrist. When did you get arrested?
yesterday.
Okay. There's no injuries, no marks?
There's injuries. Severe.
Where?
Right here.
No, but there's nothing on the outside is what I'm asking you.
Scratches
No.
There's nothing on the outside?
No.
Okay.
And
So,
then-
all right.
Yes, folks, he was injured, but he has no injuries. I'm surprised he didn't hurt his shoulder in this little encounter. It's amazing. He's the only one I've heard that doesn't have a shoulder problem.
It's hard to come to mind right now.
No,
Because
I'm here to help.
I'm kind of getting, I feel we've got 3 cops around. But
You want to go outside so you have more space? What do you want to do?
No, we're good.
Whatever works for you, man.
Just let me.
What do you feel comfortable, man?
He also gave me a ticket. The reason for his probable cause for pulling me over is a complete lie. He saw me coming, did a U-turn, lit me up. So those are my complaints, and,
Okay.
and I got a few others.
Okay, so,
And the officer, they arrested me for a concealed weapon that was behind my seat. But one of the officers had pulled me over recently. He even gave me a ticket on August 28th. I have the ticket that he gave me with another officer. And they found the gun in the same spot. And they didn't even they searched the gun, they checked the number, and they gave me my gun back.
okay, but from what I'm gathering, correct me if I'm wrong, your complaint is not that they did anything wrong. What your complaint is that you're innocent of, no, hang on, is that you're innocent. You want to complain about where the gun is, you want to complain about the traffic citation, and stuff like that. That's something that goes to the court systems so that you're found innocent. There's nothing, you know what I'm saying? That's where the attorneys come in and they fight for you.
With my complaint already, with my side, I want to have
That's
that.
when you tell
Your attorney.
No, but I'm not going to have an attorney. I can't afford one.
Okay, the public defender gives you one.
I'll give you one.
They work for you guys. They work for
No, they don't.
No, they
Those defenders work
don't.
for
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's also a conspiracy. Not the judges work for the police work for the lawyers. He can't afford a lawyer. He doesn't want a free one. He wants to try his case on a complaint form. That's what he's trying to do. It's so stupid. This guy, every cop in Miami knows this moron. That's the only thing he's achieved in his whole life.
They're on the opposite side.
So you
But-
state
The
attorneys.
state attorneys work with us,
I
the public
understand,
defenders.
I understand, but it'll help me if I have this. I feel it'll help me.
But what he's trying to tell you is that your complaint is
And-
going to handle in the court system,
And
not with our department.
and we're getting to constitutionalities.
Again, that's not something we deal with, that's something the state attorney and the public defender deal
In the
with.
courthouse,
Yes.
that's handled in the courthouse.
But I need,
With your case.
I need to.
If your complaint was- if the complaint was that they hit you,
discourtesy and all that.
I feel that there's a lot of irregularities. In the arrest affidavit, there's no mention that there was other officers.
That's when you talk to your
There was
attorney
one
about it.
officer, the guy who put the handcuff, he didn't have his body camera. That's another irregularity. So
Right.
these
No,
are things
but-
that I need to bring up
Okay,
because
that's fine. But-
I have the whole state against me.
No, you don't.
I have the state of Florida, versus Rafael Gomez. So
Okay,
I need to.
that's not the way that works. Okay. Couple things. Everybody does have a body camera, okay? But let me explain a couple things to you before you jump to conclusions. I let you talk, let me talk, okay? So that we understand each other, we can have a conversation. Okay, just because you don't see this body camera, one, maybe you didn't see it, maybe you didn't notice it. Two, maybe it broke. Maybe it's getting fixed. He may not have done anything wrong, okay? Maybe he had it here, he had it here, he had it somewhere else. Maybe they put it somewhere else where they can get a different angle. So the body camera, just not having it, that's something that's, you can take it to court or whatever you want. So I'm trying to figure out what they did wrong that I can help out with. If it's about you being innocent, that's something you take up with
It's
the
actually both. I feel like there was procedures that were broken.
what procedure?
How?
He didn't have his body cam. Well, first of all, I don't know all the procedures.
Like I said, and the officer confirms it, he's trying to try his case here at the police station on a complaint form with a bunch of nonsense. And Florida don't play around with that shit that much. If you get a valid complaint, file it. Just go file it and get on with your day.
So I need to find out and I need to make my complaint to see if my claim is legitimate.
Okay.
So first he didn't have his body camera.
Other people had their body camera on though, right?
Yeah.
That's more than enough. I mean, this catches a lot more than you expect.
And also I feel he didn't have the right. I never authorized him to search my car. And I know you're going to tell me I don't have to authorize him to search my car. He can just search my car.
No, that's not what I said.
But I never ever once authorized him to search my car. I don't feel he asked me to search my car. I told him where the firearm was. He said to get out of my car, and he asked me where it was, and then he conducted a search.
But that's something you take up with your
When
attorney.
your case goes to court, that's when you pick it up.
But I need to. I feel like if I file a complaint, and maybe I might have some legitimacy. I don't know, because I have to talk it over with this PCB, But I feel like it will help me, Like,
When you get your attorney assigned to you, let them know what's going on. And they'll be-
I can't wait for that because the court date is in 30 days.
Just to preach all that.
If I wait, and I gotta file subpoenas to get these cops to come, I'm gonna subpoena all the officers, and I'm subpoenaing the body cameras. I have to protect myself.
You're allowed
Correct,
to, yeah,
you're allowed to.
do that.
But the cameras are public record. You can request them.
That's why I want everything to be on the record. So I want to.
Okay.
That's why I asked for the badge numbers also.
Okay.
I'm going to subpoena those officers.
Alright.
I need them to show up to
Okay.
court.
PCB is not going to provide you with the video camera. That is
The
something.
complaint. I need the complaint.
But the complaint you're having, I haven't found something that is not the criminal side of where you're going to be found if
Your complaint is basically with your case.
With the case.
With the
But-
criminal
but-
aspect of the case.
But my complaint is with the criminal and the
Right.
procedure of the police officer.
okay, so this is what happens. You go through your attorney.
And also, I feel this officer was very helpful. This man right here. But the other officer that was here, that was in charge, I asked her for water several times, and I'm gonna bring you water, and never brought me water. And I was in that hot car for a long time, and I was in the back. They brought me a small amount of water. I asked a few more times, and
Yeah, now he's contradicting himself. They didn't bring me any water. I was thirsty. I was dying in the backseat of that hot car. They brought me a little water, but not enough. Right. Jesus Christ.
they never brought me some. And then they transported me all the way to TGK. So I feel also that there might be some irregularities. I have to speak that over with the PCB to see if that's normal. There's no water fountain in that cell.
Right.
No water fountain. So I asked several times, and I tried to press, the water wouldn't come out, and I had to just wait.
Okay, so
Those are my complaints.
all right. So the complaint that I think we can handle today, correct me if I'm wrong, lack of water
No,
would be the only.
no, I need to make a complaint on Officer Garcia. She told me I can't make
Officer
a.
Garcia do?
I feel the seizure, the search and seizure of my firearm was completely illegal.
Again, but that's for the attorney to take up in court. That's not for us to judge here.
That's rather to fight for you.
I
to dismiss that
understand,
case.
but I need the complaint. I need to have that on my side, ready to
No,
go
sir.
into
That's
court.
irrelevant.
That's not the way that works.
I understand, but I feel like it would help me. I need the complaint for that. On Officer Garcia, he wrote on the affidavit that he saw me make an illegal lane
That's
change.
what your attorney gets paid for, to fight for you.
I don't have an attorney, sir.
No, no,
You get a public defender.
the state, they pay for it.
I made a left turn, and as soon as I was delivering a pizza, I had the food in the car. I'm a delivery boy. I have a firearm on me because people run
Yeah, you
delivery
never
drivers.
know. Right.
But I made a left turn. He done it right after me and pulled me over, and I stopped right away. And I declared, I'm like, sir, I got a firearm, and he changed the scene of events on the arrest affidavit.
That's what your attorney
that's
is gonna fight for
that's
you.
another issue. But I need to file this complaint, man.
Hopefully the officers will just give him a complaint for him. Said, here, go fill it out, turn it in. We'll take care of it for you. Yeah, okay. Just do it. You'll get rid of him a lot quicker. I think you're just playing with him right now. He does this all the time. Everybody knows him. He's just a time waster. That's all he's doing.
I need to. I feel like it's.
But the complaint you want to file is not a complaint for departmental issue. Understand?
The only departmental issue will be the water thing. That's the only thing I can think
I
of.
contacted the PCB with the officer with his badge number and his name because that's the only one I got. I'm trying to get the other officers, but
And see what they tell you. I'm telling you. They're going to tell you to wait till after the criminal case. Okay, so you have any problems, you can do this. Speak to your attorney. Ask your attorney if he wants you to speak to us and give your side of the story. Listen to me. Listen to me. By you telling me your side of the story, you're going to tell me what happened, what occurred, and you're going to indict yourself in court. Speak to your attorney before you come and give us a complaint. That is my
what are you saying,
profession.
that I might be
Incriminating yourself. Yes.
I understand what you're saying, but
Okay.
I'm willing to take that risk because I feel I'm innocent.
Speak to your attorney.
The same officer, he's like, yo, I remember you, but he didn't remember me from where. And then I looked up the ticket. He gave me a ticket on August 28th, 2018. He found the gun, him and his boy Capote, I believe his name, because Capote was on the ticket. They searched the gun, they checked it, and they put it back. It was in the same spot.
And we finally get to the bottom of it. The same cop gave him a ticket 7 years ago, and he expected that cop to realize who he was, and he's decided that he's retaliating against him for something that happened 7 years ago. I'm telling you, this guy is weird.
About the way you were arrested, you feel is illegal. That is not something that we handle, that our personal compliance bureau does not handle. We handle complaints about discourtesy. If an officer hits you, okay, or beat you up, or multiple officers beat you up, that's what we handle. We don't handle anything having to do with charges made against you. That is all done through the courts. We only handle is discourteous complaints and so forth. So that's what we're trying to explain to you. Right now, your complaint is something that's done in the courts, which is why we're telling you to go to your defense attorney. You can go to PCB also because I got the call.
My question is, can you guys administrative comment with you? I've already contacted PCB with the case number without, but I'm just wondering, can I tell you with you guys?
What did they tell you?
It's by email. I'm waiting for a response.
So you already contacted them. You got a complaint.
I will eventually come.
So you started the complaint with PCB?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, and I'm being 100%. Everybody has a friend that's an attorney. Call them and tell them you want to do a complaint on an open investigation.
And boom, he cut off the end of the body camera. They told him to go to some PCB and tell him he wants a full investigation, which is going to be a total waste of time. That's why they tried to talk him out of it. It's just a waste of resources. Anyway, take it to court, fight it in court. You got no chance. Guy's got a criminal record. He's got arrested multiple times for all kinds of nonsense. Anyway, that's all I got for you today, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Love you. Bye.